Now it is?
Yeah.
Okay. We loaded the geometry in this that part here. And we need to opposite it. So we have to rotate by y-axis 180 degree. So rotate plus 90 plus 90. Okay. Now it is the approximate orientation of the part. Okay. This is the well and good part with more strength. Now we learned these all things. Okay. Now we have some more printer settings. See, we learn about these printer settings last class. About printer, about extruder, about printer shape. Okay. These we particular completed into last class. Now some more extra settings are like you want to give here some extra layers. Okay, you want to give here supporting material if required. Okay, so we have to give through printers, advanced printer settings. So where it is comes from? It is come from in the slicer. See here, next to your object placement, we have the option slicer. Click on it and see, it is a slice with Cura engine. If you want to see it, you can. See, printer settings is by default we're taken. The quality we're taking 0.2 mm. That is the layer quantity, layer setting basically. We're taking 0.2 mm layer. If support type will be available, you can take it from here. Okay. Otherwise, we are taking none. This is what is the speed of your printer. You can increase your printer speed also here. Otherwise, it is 50 mm per second. Okay. It is in the middle right now. If you're taking too fast or too slow, it depends on the slicer. So here we have option slice with a Cura engine. Okay, or you can see here we have slicer more options like slicer with slice also, slice CR, slicer with pure slicer, sorry, Prusa slicer. So we have three options available here. How we are going to slice it. Okay, so multiple options are there. You can see this slice CR. So here we have printer settings, print setting and printer settings. So we can configure, we can manage these options with Slice CR or Cura engine from with the help of what next software we are using in it. Okay. Suppose we are going to first Slice CR. What we have to do? So we can see here, we have a manager settings. Then click in this. We are working for the Slice CR suppose. So here we have Slice CR configuration. Okay, so which version we are using here? 1.3.0 or higher we are using. Click. If you want to add more, so you can add more. If you have higher version, you can see that person will be visible here. But right now I'm taking the same manager. Then we have configuration of this slicer. Click on it. There is nothing to click here. Okay, the slicer is not added here till. First you have to click on that. Now see it is added, and you can see here it's converted into full portion. See, this is extra size we require. In between this going part will be created. See, you can see the layers in which. Is it visible? The layer, it is formed like this. This is through slicer, slice 3R. See, without this, I'm going to print it. Okay. Already we get, like, we are going to print with the slice. So we can see what type of part we can get. So just click on it, you get the part type. Like this you will get. You want more layers, more smooth, so you can increase the size. Okay. See how much time it will take the printing? 22 minutes, 14 seconds. All the things we get directly. Now, if you are going to print it, you have the option print if you connect your printer here. Otherwise, we can get its G-port file, which were taken into SD card or USB, or we can give the command through 3D printer directly then. Okay, so it will take 22 minutes, 14 seconds. How many layers are there? 67 layers are created. Okay, if we are taking a small layer size, so we can get that also. Okay. You can see layer height is 0.2 mm right now. Now I think suppose I'm taking 0.1 mm. Okay, and density is like this, and infill pattern is honeycomb. Here we have infill pattern different types. If we want to change, see, without changing, I'm doing first by default value. Now I'm going to change it. I show you that. Honeycomb, you can see here. Honeycomb fill pattern inside, and solid infill pattern is rectilinear. So you can change it to anything. Now I show you that. I'm going to change layer setting and then go to slice 3R right now. Now I can see the layers should be more. See, we have to more zoom in out to see the layer. Okay, that is now 0.1. It is more smooth. Or it take now 57 minutes. How much smooth you want to take? It's taking more time. Okay. Now suppose this view is here. This is a print preview basically. Now I want to see it. Now see, this is rectilinear from inside. Here it is not solid fill. Okay. You can see this is the layer type. Like this, printer is going to work. First rectilinear, then side we have rectilinear shape. Printer is moving on these portions. You can see where it is printing like this. Okay. How much layers are there? 200 layers. So 200 layers. Last layer is this. You can see every layer here. Or you can type the number also. Which layer you want to say? Or you want to see the range wise? Like this, you can see the printer. Now I show you. This is the first layer. Like this, it is going to be print. Okay. This is last layer through. Now first layer through. Like this is going to be print. Okay. Visible?
Yeah.
This is rectilinear. If I want to change this solid infill inside, then what to do? Go to slicer again. And here it is not rectilinear now. Suppose it is a honeycomb shape. It is a polygonal shape. Inside also infill pattern and solid pattern. Okay, the solid pattern we are taken rectilinear. Now start with this. Now see, here we can see the polygon shape. This is visible? The polygon?
Yeah.
This is known as honeycomb shape. It is like, this is first layer. I can see from inside to topmost. See, topmost is rectilinear and inside solid portion is in honeycomb shape. See, This is hollow from inside. Clear? This is giving the strength to the model. How much strength you are giving. So we can see into the slicer. Okay? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to slicer again. Okay. Now see, what we have to do next. We are going to check into the slicer settings also, or Cura engine settings. Okay. Now we are going to support or without support, or how much layers are there. So we can see into the configuration of it. Okay. Next. See, this is going to be installed first. This is slicer configuration. Okay. Size 3R configuration. It is going to be installed first. So it shows you welcome, firmware type. Now bed size, you can see, you can change its size if you want. I'm going to install it. Okay. The nozzle diameter, you can see here. I'm taking here 0.4. Next. The filament diameter is 1.75, which we have. The temperature should be 200. Okay. That temperature is, we need 60. I told you these all the settings now. That is going to be installed. See, this is now print slice 3R software. So my settings option will be ready here. The configuration you can see. Here we have all the printer settings. Like we have plater this size. It is look like here now. Similarly, we can show in this also. So here we have printer settings, the layer and printing. See, this is our advanced settings in the slice 3R, which you want to edit here. See, first is we have layer and perimeter. Increase this size first. Layer and perimeter. What is layer basically? So it shows you layer height, how much layer height you want to give into your printer. So take it by 0.3 mm. You can see I'm giving 0.1. And what is the first layer height? If you want to change its first layer height, you can change the first layer also. Then we have adaptive quality. So right now we are taking here quality 75%. If you want more quality required, you can change its value. Okay. If you want to use it, you have to check it first and then you can add it. Otherwise, you can directly type here, need 75%. Okay, and check it. This is our layer option. When our object going to be created here, you can see when we are seeing it now, the first layer should be visible. That layer height, what is layer height? So we are taking here 0.1. The total layers are 0.1 and the first layer is 0.35 mm. Okay. That is our layer setting. In layer setting, we have vertical cells also and horizontal cells also. What is meant by vertical cells? The perimeter of the vertical cells means this right side value. See this one. These are the vertical cells, or horizontal cells is this one. Okay. So what we mean by, we can give the minimum thickness of it. Okay, the minimum shell thickness you have to give here. It is taken 0 by default. You can give the value here. Okay. Then we have a solid layer, What is the top one? It is 3 mm. What is the bottom one? It is taken 3 mm. So we can change as per our requirement. Okay. The quality, if you want slower slicing, means you want more quality. That is smoothly you want to work with. Okay. So you can go through with these options. The extra parameter if needed. Detect thin walls. Detect bridging parameters if there are. So there is, we have to take in slow slicing so that the quality will be more, the strength will be more. So we need to add these settings into the printer. Okay, this is about the layer settings. Generally, we are taking the layer height 0.1 and it is 0.3. Okay, the vertical shells should be 3 mm, 3 mm. Now, next we have infill. Infill means which type of portion you want to fill inside. Which we have seen a polygon we have, rectilinear shape we have. So multiple shapes we have. So you can see here into the infill pattern. This is your infill pattern. See, external infill pattern, it's rectilinear, the top and the bottom. Okay, you can change the shape if you require. Generally, we are using rectilinear at the top and bottom. We are taking change into the inside, the solid filling. Okay, the fill pattern is taken star right now. See, you can see rectilinear, aligned rectilinear, grid, triangle, star, cubic. We see honeycomb also, no? Honeycomb and rectilinear we see already. Now, if you want to change these all, so I show you that also.
Where
Go
is
to
the
CDP. Sorry?
where is that infill means?
Hanji?
Where is that infill fill in that object?
I show you it na before. See, this is infill pattern, honeycomb. Now I show you again. See, this is infill pattern.
But layer
Layer is the height. We are talking about layer height, na? That is this one. This height. This height.
okay,
See,
single layer.
right now we are fourth layer. Okay. So see, this is the single layer height. It is 0.1 mm we are taking, na?
Yeah.
Or if you are taking it from 0 to end, see, it is total height of 8 to 42. This height is 8 to 42. Talking about single height, this is single height. This one,
Okay.
this is single height. That is 0.1 mm. Okay, see, this is infill pattern. This is outer, that is rectilinear.
Outer
Okay,
tani outer
outer
separate
we are taking how to
out, outer and infill separate shape.
hmm,
Outer and infill are outer
both
pattern.
both are
inner-
both are separate things. We are taking at the outer side we have rectilinear shape, and infill is the solid filling is the honeycomb right now. If you want to change it, now we are going to slicer again, and you can change. The infill pattern is honeycomb right now, and solid fill outside is rectilinear. Now you want to change it to concentric or hybrid curve, and now we are going to slice it again. You can see the changes. This is approximate same as rectilinear. Now change it to star. See, it is now converted into star. Visible?
Infill okay. Outer pattern will not change anything.
Outer is not changed. No? Now I change to outer also. Let's hybrid to octagram spiral. Let's see, the shape is going to change. No, it is not changed. This is octa. See, first layer. It shows in the first layer. No, so the star shape.
That is infill only.
This is infill.
Outer pattern.
Outer pattern is the like a rectilinear or type, na? See, outer shape will be the smooth shape, na? That is why taken any shape, it will give you the only linear one. See, this is your first layer. I show you it. Yeah, this is a spiral one. It is one. See, this is a spiral. Okay. This is your seen into the first layer, and at last, see, in last phase also it is spiral. Okay. Here it is octa. Now let's show this too. This is octa. Sorry, that is star shape. And in the first and last layer, you can see here it is a spiral. Now visible. Now you want to see it again. This is Deccan chord. Now let's go for hybrid curve and let's see into the outside. See, it is changed now. Visible? Here you can see in the last layer, or you can see into the first layer one. See? This is the router. First and last. Inside filling, it is a star shape. This is inside filling. Okay. Now clear, Sanjay?
Yeah.
Okay. This is your infill pattern type, which is available here also. External infill pattern, top and bottom. And fill pattern is star. You can change it here or inside also. Okay. So you can see the multiple shapes are available in it. Now you want to reduce printing time. So you can give the combine infill every one layer, every two layer you want to combine, every three layer, after three layer you want to combine. So it's decrease your time, reducing your time to print. Okay. It is taken every layer is going to be combined. Now you want to combine after 5 layers. So it's taken high speed and then it's reduce the time to print. Okay. And it is, if you're taking more, reduce more time. So here we have one more option, only infill where needed. So it is, we have to left over printer where it needs infill pattern. You can give the pattern, otherwise there is no pattern infill. Okay.
Work and I can understand.
I
can understand. Only infill where needed means.
Only then it will create an infill pattern. Otherwise, it is not giving, not filling in the infill pattern. Then we have fill gaps option where the gap are there. It is going to be fill. Yes, it is going to be fill. You solid infill every 0 layer. If you want solid filling, it's taking more time. If you are so solid object you want to create, you can go with every layer. It's a solid layer. You can give the value here 1. It means every layer is a solid infill now. This is the advanced setting. Generally, we are not using these fill angle, solid with third area. We are not using this advanced portion. Otherwise, it's taken more time. Okay. This is about your infill pattern. Which type of pattern we need to use. Then we have skirt and bump. What is skirt and bump?
Cut and burn.
Yes.
Distance between plate and nozzle.
This kind of bump are the additional settings which affects the final quality of the printed model. Okay. And what is skirt basically? Skirt is the setting adds an extrusion a short distance away from the perimeter of the object. Okay. This can be ensured that the material is flowing smoothly from the extruder before it starts on the model proper. The settings for skirt and bump can be accessed in the following path. You can go to into the slicer, then skirt bump, and you can change this values. The loop, minimum loops is required, distance from the object, what is the height of the skirt. Okay, you can give it here. If you want to write down, you can write also. Generally, we are using one loop when we are going to print into the through the slice PR. The skirt setting will be minimum one loop is sufficient to print. Okay. Otherwise, you want to increase more loops. So where it is increased basically, this is your skirt and bump. See, this is your skirt. Only single loop is okay. This is the distance. Okay, which is taken by default 6. If you want more loops, that means 1, 2, 3 loops will be. If you are taking 3 loops, so 1, 2, 3 loops will be created. Okay, or you want to increase its height, you can increase its height also. Here we have the skirt height. Okay.
Skirt height means
This loop layer height. If you are taking 1 mm means till 1 mm it will be printed. If you are taking like a single layer, first layer, so first layer is 0.1 mm, this is also 0.1 mm. You are taking 0.3 mm, this is also 0.3 mm. Okay. Where were we in the printer setting? Okay. Now clear?
I can't not clearly that skirt and brim.
Sorry. This is a skirt, no? This one. This outer first loop, one loop only. This is known as a skirt. You want to give it height, you want to give more loops, so that is into a skirt and bump.
More loop means
More loop means, see, this is a single loop. If you want one more loop, like you want it to offset, give the offset. Here, see, rectilinear having 3 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4 loops are there. This is 4 loops. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have only single loop taken into the skirt. This one is a single loop. If you want one more, to increase the loop value here. Okay. This shows the outer size of the product. Clear? Now, just suppose I'm giving here 3 loops. I'll show you that also. Okay. And save this one into untitled. And now we are going to slicer and use the untitled one, printer setting. Okay. Print setting. Now slice 3R. Now see, it shows you 3 layers, 3 loops. Now clear?
Yeah.
Now if I want to give it height, so you can see the height of this also. If you want to go to slice 3R, going to see the configuration of this setting. Sorry, is printer setting into untitled. I'm going to give it configuration. Opening again. Open now. Now see, going to print and skirt and bum. Here it shows 3, and I want to give it height also 3 mm. Okay. Now I'm going to close it and save. Now to save into untitled again. Now you can slice 3R. That is not saved. Okay. Now see, its height is more. It's 3 mm. Okay. So this is basically skirt and bum. See, this is outside. If you are talking about the berm, berm is the way to use add more perimeter to our first layer. If you want to see, berm is added the here at the face side. Skirt is a at distance, but the berm is basically added to the outer side. You want to add it here, some extra perimeter. So you can use berm also. Now I'm going to slice here, going to configuration, going to printer settings, and select into cut berm. Here you want to give some width. Suppose 2 mm I need to add, or 3 mm I need to add. Okay, and then save this one. Now you can slice here. Untitled slice. 3 mm. Oh, sorry. Skirt bump 3 mm. Okay. Close. It's not sure.
Where is that? I cannot see.
Sorry.
Where is that on the beam? I cannot see.
Skirt is this. Berm I need to see. No? Berm is not visible. Wait. I need to change into the configuration again. So it is changed into my settings. Change into untitled. Okay. And go to settings. Skirt berm. Here it is 3 mm. Okay. No, berm is not visible. It's not changes. Cut and burn 3 mm and save into untitled. Close. Save. Now let's check. Now see extra layers you can see here. It's 3 mm more now. Now you can see I need to extend this one. See, now it is visible. It is changed into my settings, or I'm using untitled right now. Okay, so you can change and save in your settings. So here this is known as berm. This is known as start. Now clear? Now visible?
Yeah.
Now suppose we are taking different part, means I am using different orientation. So we need the support material, suppose. Okay, I know I need to see that one also. Then what? I need to go to placement and rotate it by suppose 90. Now, when it is going to be print, it needs extra material now here or not? Sanjay?
Yeah.
When it is going to be print, here we need the extra material now. Otherwise, it is in the air. So what we have to do, we are taking slicer and use our untitled settings. Support material we need to add. Okay, so here we have support material. No. Now go to slicer. Sorry, configuration. Now see, you have to use here this one, untitled one, and generate support material. You have to click here. Now we need to add here support material. Now close it, and now slice. Now it is going to be print. You can see support material is not added here till it is not required. It means na it is easily to print. It is not required. That's why material is not here. If we want to give, we have to take in different object. Now, if you want to change to support material, here also we have support material. You can go with this now. Generate support material, we are already checked. And what is the overhang threshold? If the 60% hanging is there, or more than 60% is hanging there, only then the support material will be applied. So this part not needed the support material. Okay, that's why support material is not added. If you want to add, so here we have.
Hello.
Hello.
got stuck.
Sorry,
Stucking video.
1 second. I'll share it again. Now visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we didn't require any extra material. It is not hanging too much. More than 60% required to add support material. Okay. Or you can see here, you can reduce it. I'm taking here suppose 20% extension support. So that support will be applied. So this type is applied, pillar, rectilinear, honeycomb. So we have these options. I'm talking suppose pillars right now and save this file into our untitled, close it, save. Now let's check is 20% hanging or not. No, it is not 20% hanging also. That's why material is not needed. Extra support material is not required here. Yes. If it is taking into different way, the placement we have to change. So we are taking into rotate 0 degree. Now I think it is more than 20%. No, hanging throughout hanging is there. Now we are going to check with slice CR with untitled printer setting. Support material is required here or not? No, support material is also not required here.
Why not required the placed correctly?
Sorry?
Why not required supporting material placed correctly?
It is correct. No, part is okay. It is going to be print easily. By layer,
Oh,
it is printing. They are going to change the part. Okay.
but
If you want to see
sideway,
the support material.
sideway
Sorry?
filament in sideway filament hanging some leakly to downwards.
No, see, it is created by layer, na? So it is not too much hanging. It is directly not in this side. It is on the particular part. It is increasing, na? It is
Yeah,
increasing
but
one by one.
that filament without support means fall down easily. Yeah.
No, fall down only when required. Na? The below layer is not sufficient. It is not proper hanging. Na? If you're taking proper hanging, then changing the part now. I change the part with that table and now we have to rotate it now with y axis. Yes. No, sorry. Switching by x axis 90 degrees. Now see, this is proper hanging portion. Na? See, it is having no support. You can see for this part, this in the top, this one, it is not directly on the layer. It is directly hanging. So we need here support. Now let's see if this support side into the slicer, taking untitled and slice it. At least one object is outside the printable area about slicing. I'm taking no. I need to slice it. Let's check the supporting material is added or not. support material we require? It is not showing the support material. Otherwise, here in between, here we have the support material. Here, from throughout 0 to end, we have different support material will be applied to give it this shape to support. It is not working.
You already taken 3D print class, yeah?
Sorry?
You already taken in 3D printing class, huh?
Means? Sorry? I'm not getting you.
You already taken somebody teaching to 3D printing class, huh?
Yes.
That time it working, yeah?
Yes, it's working. Right now it is not working. For this part and before part also it is not working. No? See, all the commands are working. No? So we need to give only the support material on. When it is required, it will by default taken. So it is taken. See, travel move. This is the support material required towards those. Is it visible? This is the moves basically. This is not support material. Also, support materials look like this, but it is a travel move only.
Supporting material setting somebody error is check it.
Error is not there. No? I mean, I'm not facing any error. It is in the configuration, and we need to just click on the support button. It will show. You can try in your system also. Okay, it will show. You can try in your system. In which we have also some patterns in this print portion. Support material. We have this kind of portion. You can. Suppose I'm taking rectilinear now. Maybe that pillars is not working there. We can use rectilinear honeycomb. We can try.
Minimum layer count support 0. That any problem?
One second, let me check. First, I'm going to take this one. It's taken 10 hours, 26 minutes, layer counting 1198. Total lines are there. Filament needed this one.
So support layering 0 you put in
Let's check it.
different settings.
You can see this one, no? Maximum layer count of support.
Yeah.
That is maximum layer, no?
Revit layer.
Rapid layer, different type of layer. You can, if you want to give it here, raft layer. Suppose I'm giving here value 10 layer. Here also I'm changing now. Now let's check with this settings. Save this one. Slice it again. See, no change, na?
Yeah, no changes.
You can try in your system first, okay?
My system not in on.
Okay. So when it is on, then you can try it, okay?
Yeah.
But, otherwise, we'll see tomorrow also if something is wrong in it. Okay, I'm taking new part and then try. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know now what is supporting material? That is clear, na?
Yeah, it's
Where
like extra material.
it is a PVA type material we are using in it. You can try.
Color or different color.
It shows in different color.
Okay.
I'll show you. Supporting material in 3D printing. You can see the images here. See this type of material. This is pillars. These are created. Okay, see for this part, this is supporting material. It is in a different format. Okay, it is not a pillar. It is full rectilinear, I think. See for this part. So this kind of part is taken and then try to generate into with layers. See, different types, different patterns you can take into this. Okay, see this type of portion. You can see these are the pillars. Like this, it will show into the 3D printing. Okay. Next, we have speed here, where you want to give speed or more speed. So that depends on us. You can see the speed here. The perimeter, it will take 60 mm per second. For small perimeters, will take 15 mm. External area, external to take 50% of the speed of this, means 30 mm. For infilling, it will take 80 mm per second. It means the higher speed into the inside because it's not visible. Na? This is for strength only. We can take small speed into outer side so that it will create smoothly and proper. If the speed is high, so sometimes printer missing the material. Okay, so we have to take the speed as per requirement. For infilling, for solid portion, see if you are creating solid portion, so speed will be minimum. Otherwise, the material missing will be there from the nozzle. Okay, the top speed, gap speed. So we have all the speeds here. That default, generally we are taking this by default speed. This sufficient for the printing. So because of this speed, it will show it the part is taken 10 hours, 2 hours. The time will be decided. Okay. And where non-printing moves are there, like which is in different color, you can see into the printing. That is maximum speed because the material will not be there. Okay, at that time, minimum material will be there. Okay, that is non-printing move where we don't want to print. Only nozzle from this side to other side will be moved without material. Okay. Now modifier first layer speed. First layer speed we are taking small because we have to fix that part into the bed. That's why taking less speed for parameter speed. Okay, as compared to parameter speed. This is speed we have to take. Then we have multiple extruders. Right now we are using single extruder, so that's why the values are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If you have multiple extruder, so you can give first extruder for parameter, second extruder for infilling, third extruder for solid filling. So generally 3 you can take. So we have to give the different material to the different portion. That's why the multiple extruder are using. But I have also that printer having single extruder. This is also for single extruder we are taken. Okay. And advanced settings. This is also about the width. If you want to change the width of first layer or parameter layer, we can change it here. Otherwise, into layer, we can change everything. This is in the advanced setting. When you require this, you can use. Okay. Output options are there. Sequential printing if you require. What is sequential printing? While printing several objects all at a time, it can be useful to print each one separately. Okay, as this will minimize the string running between the prints. The non-printing moves will be less if we are using sequential printing.
Multiple extruder.
Multiple extruder is not there. This is not about the multiple extruder. It is about only multiple parts are there. So suppose I'm taking that. Into this. I'm deleting this part. I'm taking the previous part and rotate it by 180 degree, and we have to copy these. Suppose 4 we required. Okay, more. Now we have to print at a time or separate. That is about sequential printing. See, I'm going to take it directly. Suppose see what happened here. Without sequential speed, printing is on. See, all printing together or not. Let's see the first layer of it. You can see it is printing all together. If you want to see printer moves, see this is printer moves from here, it goes this side, then printer goes. So this is moves are more now. Okay, this is without sequential printing. The all parts are printing together. But if you want to print one by one, so then go to slicer, change to configuration settings, into untitled, go to printing, take it here, sequential printing. Okay. Complete the individual objects first. You want to on it. And then you can save this file. Yes. Now try to fix it. I couldn't find the generate G-code file possible. The slicer had error. Didn't finish slicing. Check log output. The slicer stored the file with an unstructured file name. We have to remove from this skirt and bump. But generally, we are not using this because when first is completed, so we have to maintain the gap so that nozzle or extruder is not touching to the previous printed part. Okay, that's why the error is even came here because when it is printed completely, when this is going to be print, the nozzle will be touched to this part or extruder will be touched to the printed part so that it is not even printed properly. Okay, so that we need to change the radius of that, height of that. Then we avoid this sequential printing. See, this is the clearance we require. 20 mm radius and 20 mm height will be there, so that the parts will be printed separately. Or you can print them, one is this side, other this side, so that it will be printed. In this condition, it is not going to be printed. Okay. Clear? This is about note area and this is about shortcut. Otherwise, you have to go to change into off the sequential printing and save this. This is about the advanced printing for the 3D printers.